We're talking virtual field trips in this one. This is really one of my favorite things out in the whole tech world is, we use all of these video calls on a regular basis. You FaceTime your mom or you Skype your friends in another area, and it doesn't always totally transition over into the classroom, and people sometimes just need ideas. Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about. There are all of these great virtual field trips that are out there that are free. And really all you have to do is just sign up for them, and you can do a live virtual field trip with your class with, places all over the world. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Before we get into this, this is a 75-inch view board that I get to present on, which is pretty cool. It's got, annotation abilities. So you saw earlier I can write all over the screen and then take a screenshot, and it goes directly into Google Drive, which is cool. If you're writing on a chalkboard and you have to erase, how do you do it? Show me, what do you do? How do you erase? Yeah, I did it. I just kind of ruined it, right? So you either do it like this or like with the side of your hand, Isn't that cool? That's one of my favorite features, that it does that. And it'll take up to 20 touch points all at once. So I can draw with all my, if you ever need to draw with all of your fingers, you can. So anyway, this is a pretty cool thing. All right, so virtual field trips. Before I start digging into some examples, I want to show you my favorite place to go to find all of these virtual field trips. And it is this, SkypeInTheClassroom.com. So what Skype in the Classroom is it's basically like a database. The big question people always seem to have about virtual field trips or using video calls is, where do I find these people? Where do I find people that I can call? And Skype in the Classroom has thousands of teachers. These ones in the middle are the teacher ones. Thousands of teachers that want to get connected with your class. It's got hundreds of guest speakers whose passion it is to share their message with kids like yours. And then you've got dozens of virtual field trips. And the virtual field trips is what we're going to dig into. So basically, once you get into here, you can sort, or you can just kind of browse if you want to through some of them. But they've also got filters so that you can kind of narrow it down to specifically your age range or whatever it is that you teach. So just jumping into here, there's a lot of stuff that's available. But I want to pull out a couple of my favorite ones and share them with you. Okay, so this kind of gives you an idea of what's out there. The first one that I really love is called the Night Zookeeper. And so the way the Night Zookeeper works is this is all about creativity and writing and storytelling and stuff like this. So this guy takes on the persona of the Night Zookeeper. And so he starts to tell you all of these cool, crazy stories and shares them with the kids. And so it says here, you'll hear adventures of the time-traveling elephant, riddles from the old sea lion general, and learn about the mysterious spying giraffes. So, you can just kind of imagine what that's all about. Ages 3 through 10 for that one. So that's one that's really cool. The Edison National Historic Site. This one is really cool, too, if you've got kids that are interested in, how things are made, how ideas are created, that kind of thing. This is the one in New Jersey, and so they basically will take you through the Edison site, and will show you all of these different, all these different artifacts and the things that he did and what he did in his life and all of that. So that one's for all ages. Yellowstone. This one is so cool because you can, you basically are there at the park, and you can Skype with the Yellowstone Ranger. So, you send a request to them and you tell them the kinds of stuff that you want to do, and they can basically set it up. There's a variety of things that they can talk about. There's ecology, geology, cultural history. This is the world's first national park. So lots of stuff you can do there. Aviation science. This one is neat too. So if you've got kids that are interested in, space travel, this works well with physics and science and math and all of that. Just getting kids in here is neat. And then there's two more I wanted to show you real fast. This one talks about our human impact on the environment. You said you teach Spanish. So, there's, kind of within the cultural side of things, there's some of this that I've seen some teachers touch on. So I don't know, this may or may not, I'm working to try to find something to fit in for you. But this is one that's neat because it shows how basically how we're affecting the environment for the negative or for the positive in ways that we don't always totally expect. And then the last one I wanted to show you was, this is a trip to Mount Rainier. So like it says down here, it says, would you like your students or group to visit an active volcano, an old growth forest, or the 5th National Park? But if you live far away, you can bring your group there virtually like that. So I mean, that kind of gives you the idea of what you can do. And let me ask real quick, let's see, so here, I'll start with Spanish. I know that if you use some of the buttons in the middle of the page that I showed you earlier, you can find other teachers. Like I was able to find a class of English language learners in Valencia, Spain. So I hooked up with their teacher and we Skyped back and forth on a regular basis and spoke in Spanish and everything. That could be pretty cool. What do you teach? Kindergarten, awesome. So a lot of this stuff could kind of fit, right? Yeah, absolutely. And Eric, you teach teachers basically, right? Yeah. What about you guys? I can't remember. Awesome. Okay, very good. And then with math, yeah, there's maybe some of that stuff that kind of applies too. So very good. All right. And then do you guys you just kind of hanging out? Okay. Oh. Okay. Awesome. Very good. So the night zookeeper one that I showed earlier kind of was a good fit there too. So cool. Very good. All right. So any questions on any of this? All of those virtual field trips I just showed you are totally free. And so you can find all of those right here in that field trips button. I'm not like trying to sell Skype in the classroom. It's just this amazing free resource that I like to show people, so. All right, very good. Well, if you guys have been here for the presentation, you get a copy of my book and a t-shirt. If you want me to sign the book, I'm happy to do it. I'll be right over here. I've got some stickers and buttons and stuff you can pick up too, so. All right, cool. Thanks for staying. Appreciate it, guys.